So let's begin with the first one. The first mitzvah is hakara b'boreh, is to recognize that there is a God and not to worship idols. Recognize that there's a God who created the world, and He's the only one. En od milvado, there's nothing else but Him. Haya oveh v'hiyeh, He's always been around. He's an infinite, an eternal God. Today, this concept is known as monotheism, the belief in one God. But just to say monotheism doesn't really tell you too much about this belief. So I added that there's nothing like Him, which is explicit in the statement that every Jew says, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, that God is one. Not only is He one, He's unique. There's nothing like Him. It's not physical. It's something that we cannot describe. There's nothing like Him. And He's always been around. He's eternal. This God we cannot replace in any way, in any format, by worshiping other gods, other powers. So this commandment is very significant because, as you know, at certain times in our history, people did worship other gods or other entities for whatever reason. And as a result of that, they got carried away in many ways. Without this strong belief in one God, people begin to act or to behave very, very differently. Just because of this one commandment. What branches out from this first commandment? The additional idea that one can pray to this God. He supervises the world. This is additional information that one can learn by delving a little bit deeper into it. Second commandment, that even though we may believe, we have to be also respectful of Him. And not to be respectful would be a very, very severe act. Because not being respectful means that at some point in time, God forbid, we may lose that connection. If you don't respect someone, you don't care about them, you look down at them, then you don't really have a connection with them. What's a form of disrespect, of utter disrespect for God that is forbidden? The curse, or as they call it in fancy English, blasphemy. So the second commandment is to be very, very careful, even if you're angry, not to curse. One who complains and curses risks becoming totally disconnected. But not just disconnected. I would like to explain that the severity of this commandment also is because cursing, having this kind of an attitude, could easily lead one to deteriorate or to degenerate in his moral conduct. Look at people who use foul language, and you will understand what I mean. It says something about them. One who is careful with how he speaks, what he says, he chooses his words carefully. You know what it says about him? It says that he understands not only the power of words, but he recognizes that this power of speech he has and the animal does not. He's the crown of creation. He can't misuse this power of speech. Klala, a curse in Hebrew, comes from the root khalil, which is also in Arabic and in Farsi, meaning to belittle, to minimize. And that is why this is so serious. You believe, but you curse, then you don't believe. Or you will lose that belief. You will become disconnected.